Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video we are doing part 2 of our trailer renovation. We are about to start taking the tape off of things. We did take a piece of tape off the other day and it did not go so well, so we're going to see what happens with the rest of it, and hopefully the paint doesn't just peel off like it did before. So this isn't peeling, but the tape was like over too far on some spots. So like right here, you can still see the...
Oh, you mean you can see a little bit inside?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you know, the other thing I was thinking about is that we should probably do anyways after this is recaulk these.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna peel really slow, and if it starts to peel, then I'll use the razor. So I am about to paint the ceiling of the slide and also the floor of the slide. I'll be doing the ceiling with our regular paint and the floor with just the primer. The primer has the mold killing magic and the regular paint does not. So we decided to try out the paint by itself on the ceiling. We have not primed it or anything. But we are thinking of painting the whole ceiling of the trailer now that we can see it's kind of like a dingy white rather than the white of the walls. So we're going to try it out in the slide, see how it goes. It's the same material here as it is up there, and hopefully we can just paint it with a regular paint and not have to prime it first. So I'm going to get started on the ceiling and then the floor next. So here is the before and after.
We are trying to do this renovation on a budget, so we decided to go to my mom's house and see what kind of materials she had that we could use for our backsplash. She has these faux tin tiles as well as two different kinds of paintable wallpaper. She has it in brick and this wainscoting material. We still aren't sure which one we're going to use. We actually ended up doing a poll on Instagram to try to get feedback because we just can't decide.
So we took out the back panels here to see what was behind it, and there's just a bunch of wires and cords. A lot of it we know what it is, some of it we don't, like this random cord that just leads to nothing. There are some gas lines coming through. I think this one's a gas line. The kitchen sink is right up there, so there's like the drain, and this one I think is for the heater. Joel knows more about it than I do. But before, these ended like right where this first screw is. Actually even before that, because they ended before this gas line. So we only had about this much space. So, you know, maybe 5 inches, 6 inches back. And same in this cabinet. And we're not going to be able to use this whole space, but we will be able to use a little bit more than what we were using before because we took those panels out. We're going to put something else in to block that and just move around and make sure that gas line is protected, but just work around it. Alright, so this is Sunday. On Sundays, Joel goes into work late. It is his first work day of the week. So he just went in, it's about 9:30. We did not get a ton done this weekend. So yesterday we went down to Dayton to visit family. My nephew graduated from high school and they wanted to do a little something for him. And we ended up leaving the baby with my mom because they didn't want to go and be around everyone. So we went and did that, and so we just kind of lost a day of working. So we didn't get a ton finished this weekend, so I'm gonna try to paint a few things before I go to bed for the night. Y'all, it's so hot in here, my lens is fogging up. Anyway, I tried to paint the inside of this cabinet earlier and all of the paint just like beat it up. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna sand it and paint the inside walls. I only heard a horn, no crash, so that's good. And what else am I gonna do before I go to bed? Before I go to bed, I'm going to paint the inside of this cabinet. I'm gonna do another coat of paint around the fridge and the wall next to it. I'm going to do a coat of paint on this wall where the pantry is going to go and the wall next to it, and that is going to cover everything except where the backsplash is going. That means everything will be painted. I mean, we'll have to do another coat, at least on this part over here. Well, actually that's not true. We decided we have to paint the ceiling because you can see it just kind of looks icky now. So anyway, I'm gonna paint stuff and listen to my book. That's the plan. I actually just started re-listening to The Hunger Games because I saw that a new book came out, and it's been kind of a trip listening to it right now. I haven't read them since they were new, which was like a long time ago now, but I can't help but make connections to like current life. Like I always feel like our life is headed towards some kind of dystopian novel scenario, whether it's like Hunger Games or something else. I know there's quite a few that I've read where I'm like, oh my god, what if this really happens? Ooh. So anyway, I'm gonna keep listening to it because it's kind of fascinating and terrifying, and I'm just gonna take notes in case I have to go, you know, fight to the death or something. Okay, obviously I am quite delirious. It's like 1,000 degrees in here. Okay, I've been standing here for like what feels like forever, trying to decide what to do first. And I wasn't sure what to do because there's only one paint tray that's ready to use. The other one is not usable right now. And I need to paint with two different things. So one area I'm painting just with primer, and then most of the other stuff I'm painting with the regular paint. I decided that this area that I need to do with the primer, I'm just gonna paint right out of the can with a paintbrush because there's not any spaces on here that I can use the roller anyway. And then I will use the paint tray and the rollers and stuff to do this big wall. This is probably the biggest area of flat that we get to do with nothing on it, although it does have like the heater and stuff, but that area isn't quite as important to get looking like excellent because it's going to be covered with the pantry that we're building, although we don't know exactly what that's going to look like. So I'm just going to use the regular paint on that. I'm going to get back to it, actually get started doing something because it's 10 o'clock and I'm not staying up late. I just have to say that this device that I got, while my hands look crazy, it's probably like my new favorite painting tool ever. It's literally just like wiping the walls. I mean, it looks just like a sponge, but there is like paintbrush type bristles on this side. And while it wouldn't be good for like a final coat probably, doing the primer or the initial coat with this is like so simple. Like just to get one coat on there, it goes so fast. I love it. Alright guys, I hope you liked watching today's video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Bye.